the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show, broadcasting live from Las Vegas, Nevada. My next guest is the genre-bending force, Otherworldly Entity. The band released their debut EP, Cataclysm, in 2020, followed by Psilocyborg in 2022, and then surprised fans by returning to their folk roots with the acoustic EP, Inside Out, in 2024.
Dying such a mortal thing to do. I speak in rhyme, she speaks in prose. I write
By the end of 25, they dropped their latest EP and newest release, Mycerium, featuring their hard-hitting single, Hunger, which we'll be playing live during the interview.
You're the perfect kind of evil.
So welcome to the show, John. How are you this evening? How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you tonight?
Awesome, man. So I heard that Curtain Call Records might chime in tonight and say hello. So those guys are out there.
I hope so.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me just share some audio real quick. So we have some songs we're going to play tonight for the audience. And where are you at tonight, John? How's the weather out there?
I'm in Syracuse, New York. It has been nonstop freezing for about a month now.
Nonstop.
So I think today was 12 degrees.
It was 12 degrees. Holy crap. That's just cold. That's cold out there.
That was midday, too.
Oh, my God. So is the band all local down there in New York?
Yep. We are all from Central New York. Washer lives out in the Oswego area by Lake Ontario.
Nice.
And Zlatko lives in Oneida, so right by Oneida Lake.
Okay.
And I'm in Syracuse.
You're in Syracuse. How is it out there? I mean, how do you like living? Have you been there your whole life?
I moved between Syracuse and Buffalo.
Okay.
I lived in Buffalo for about 10 years. It's a music scene, right? So I don't mind it. It's fun. There's a lot of good people around.
I've never been to New York. I was down in, went to Baltimore. I've been to Maine. I went out to Annapolis, and I just kind of went all around it. But I wanted to get out to New York, man. Check it out.
New York is a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun, especially
Yeah.
if you go to like Buffalo and stuff. Buffalo can be great.
Of course, this podcast is going to go out again. So for everyone out there that's watching tonight, this gets put back in the editing booth, and then I put it back out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and about 40 to 50 other podcast streaming sites around the world. On 104 countries, you're going to be seeing it.
And you'll fix that audio issue, and what I said will make 0 sense.
Absolutely. That'll be gone.
I'll just sound like an egomaniac. I just hear myself when you talk.
As long as I get your story, everything works out just fine.
Well,
So
that
tell
I'm
me-
good at.
Tell me, John, when did you start playing? Now, I know you're a young guy. You're under 40. I'm not going to say your age, but you're under 40 and over 20. Over 30.
Hey, I like that. I like that age gap. Let's stick with that.
So for the girls
Like
out
20
there,
year
he's
gap
over
there.
20. He's under 40. There you go.
And single.
And
Um,
single. There you go. There you go. That's funny.
I
That is
started playing. I was a kid when I started playing. I started taking guitar lessons when I was 10.
funny. Oh my God.
And I remember, I don't think this will give my age out too much, but the first song I ever learned to sing and play at the same time was Glycerine by Bush, back when I was about 11 years old.
Nice.
And my first band, I was 14. And
Okay, that's a good age. That's when I started. I was 14. my first
I
band.
think that's when the rebellious youth, right?
Yeah.
That's when it kicks in.
Then I ran away from home a week later. I joined the band, then I ran away from home.
I just sat in media play playing a guitar.
I had a kegger party, actually, and my dad chased me out of the house. But when I got in the band, just everything churned. I love music, man.
I became a businessman. I became an entrepreneur. So just as guilty, right?
Nice. Well, that's even better. That's even better. I was not an entrepreneur back then. Money was not even on my mind. But it was much different in the early 80s because I cut a record in 79, a single on vinyl. And
Wow, on
CDs.
vinyl.
Yeah, on vinyl. It was a single 45. It was a side A and side B. Actually, it said this side and that side. That's how I labeled the record.
Even better.
Even
Even better. Now we all have to go to Jack White to get vinyl.
Are you thinking about doing some vinyl? I mean, I was going to ask you that later, but is that something that you've thought about?
We actually just had a long conversation about this, about when we did our acoustic album Inside Out and then released Mycerium this past December.
Right.
They actually transition one into the other. So there's actually a clean transition between those two albums.
Okay.
So we're talking about releasing a two-side vinyl, one side being the acoustic album, one side being the new album.
Nice.
So it could transition between the two. So we're looking into it right now because that's something Zlatko really wants that.
Now let's talk a little bit about the band. Now you are the singer, and do you play any instruments on stage?
I do sometimes. I sometimes play guitar.
Okay.
It depends on the set. We kind of have like our heavier sets, our softer sets, our medium sets, and depends on what set we're playing. I'll normally jump in on guitar for maybe half a set or so.
Nice.
But
Is that acoustic or
primarily on
electric?
Electric.
Okay, so you jump in on the electric.
Electric.
I know you guys did an
Yeah.
acoustic single or an album. Some acoustic.
Yeah, we did a whole album, but we never really did a lot of shows that way.
Okay,
We do them very rarely. We jump in and do acoustic stuff.
gotcha.
But I'll jump in on electric. Especially I built my own guitar,
Nice.
so I like to pull it out every once in a while, and it lights up and everything. So I like to kind of go crazy with it.
You were talking about the guitar when you said that, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen your live show yet, so.
Our
Now, tell
live
me-
show gets a little crazy.
Does it get nuts? Okay.
We actually we spent a couple years developing a robot
Nice.
that we lovingly refer to as the R2. Obviously because I'm a nerd, but also because it's Roadcase 2.
Very cool. Very cool.
And so R2 controls backing tracks, in-ears, live sound, as well as our in-ear sound, our clicks, but it also controls video screens and lights all timed together.
Wow,
And
that's kind of cool.
It is a crazy piece of technology. It took us about 2 years of building to develop.
Did you build that yourself, or?
Yeah, Zlatko and I built it.
Nice.
I used to be an engineer for a private contractor for Department of Defense.
Nice. Oh,
And
okay.
Zlatko was an IT specialist.
Well, you guys are
So
smart.
the two of us, yeah, we buckled down together and we built this crazy monstrosity that controls a whole live show.
That's pretty cool, man. I'm an IT guy, so I kind of understand the intelligence.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That's what I do.
The cool thing is I built this guitar that lights up, and the R2 controls the lights on it.
Okay.
So the lights change with the show, and it's controlled entirely by Ethernet data ports.
Nice.
That
So
come
it's got a little
out of
IP
the
address
R2.
on it. It just goes to a
Pretty
router
much, yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Very high
Except
tech.
it's all analog though. So we run everything analog because we don't want to run the chance of something crashing.
That's
know?
a good idea. It's a really
So-
good idea.
So everything is done, analog, old school style, so that it's done as simple as possible.
That's pretty cool. John, we're going to be playing some videos tonight, lots of music, and I just wanted to get a little heads up on where you're at tonight, so the audience kind of gets an idea, the bearings, where you're at. And I want to first thank everyone for chiming in tonight. I see some people in the chat room already. Bob Johnson's over there, Almost Famous Productions. I'm sure Brian will be in there later. He's always in there. And
Oh, yeah.
welcome to the show, everyone, tonight. And whoever's watching on YouTube, Facebook. I don't think I'm streaming live on Instagram, so if you're waiting for that one, you might want to jump over to YouTube. And I think I'm going over to Rumble tonight. So, and again, welcome John Harris to the show tonight. And so thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. We have some new releases out there. At the last minute, Brian had from Curtain Call Records had said you had a song called Hunger. And he sent it over to me. And then you have another song called Tower. And you have quite a few songs. And I just want to kind of go back a little bit. You're a musician. Now you're a power trio, is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Kind of like Rush,
so,
power trio. Okay.
Right, except R2 plays bass for us.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so
Zlatko is your guitar player?
Yes, he's our lead guitarist.
Okay.
Yep, and backing vocalist.
So you have one guitar player, one bass player, drummer, and you were saying the robot plays the bass? What was that?
Yeah, robot plays bass, I play guitar.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, even when you see Rush, right? He's playing that pedal board. Geddy Lee and those guys, and they just have a huge sound.
Yeah, and the big thing for us is Zlatko and I both play bass when we record.
Gotcha.
And when we lay down the backing tracks for R2 to use, we record those. So it's one of those things that they are live bass. It's just not in the moment.
Gotcha. I have some videos queued up. We are taking call-ins tonight, people. So if you see the screen behind me, write that phone number down. And when I announce it, that's when you can win the infamous podcast mug that I give away every show. And it's got a picture of the band on the front of the mug. And first caller in gets the mug, and I'll ship it out to you first thing in the morning. So a little encouragement to call in and talk to John tonight. He is the lead singer. Are you the founder as well, John, of the band?
Yes, Zlatko and I found the band together.
Okay,
back in 2018.
Awesome. 18, that's right. And it says here what the band signed to Curtain Call in 21, and that's when you got Shawn Washer, who joined the band on drums. Is that correct? On 22. Actually, 22.
Yeah, he joined in 2022. Yep.
Okay. And
so we went through like 3 drummers before him.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. I went through like 15 drummers. I don't know. I started in 1970. So yeah, drummers are tough. And no, realistically, I had about 9 or 10. I had a couple.
In Syracuse, there's only like 5. There's only like 5 drummers. So.
Now, it says you guys become known both for your visual image as well as recognizable sound. And tell me what the visual aspect of, is this the stage, the live show? Is there a visual aspect?
The live show, but also if you go into like our merch store and stuff, there's a very consistent image to it.
Gotcha.
Mushrooms and crystals.
Oh, my fiance would love the crystals. She's in the other room. She loves crystals, man.
When we played Metal in the Mountains out in Pipestem, West Virginia, back in 2021, we had a fan go, "You guys are fairy metal," and I was like, "I guess we are."
Oh no, that's funny. I'm gonna play a video before we start taking call-ins, John.
Sure.
And it was I believe it was Tower. And John, let me know if you can hear it okay. Here we go. We're going to let it spin.
Losing faith. for something that can give me hope, but there's only silence when the walls are rolled.
Stuff that kind of mesmerizing that song, puts you in a trance. It's like I was
Good.
like,
That's kind of the goal.
yeah. And I saw the crystal. Now, tell me a little bit about the song, the tower. The crystal that I see in that song reminds me of a crystal tower. Does that have any relationship?
Yeah, that's kind of the point of the song was we were actually working on a different song at the time, which didn't make this album.
Okay.
And I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. So I sat down in the studio and wrote a song about kind of feeling like everything's falling apart and you're not living up to your own expectations. So it's that falling out of power, kind of position. And that's really the imagery we went for in that video. That video was we shot it ourselves. We edited it ourselves.
Very nice.
All of those crystals, all of the accessories, all of the outfits I made from scratch.
Wow. That's incredible.
I even dyed the fabric for the outfit.
Who does that? Who does that anymore, right?
Right. So it was one of those things where it was kind of, that song was me trying to find my own strength again.
Yeah, people are just using AI. They don't go through the trouble of making outfits and stuff. They just.
Oh, no, I can't do AI. I can't do AI. I can't do AI. I have I.
I know. I can't do it either. I can't. I'm totally against AI. I really am.
Me too. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'm totally against it. I
And you
fought
know
it till
what?
the end.
When you can work with your hands and
Right.
build things and create things, you know, AI just seems so lazy.
No, no, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I want to do things organic as possible, right?
Yeah,
If I can make it, like it used to be, and you can tell the difference. You really can.
yeah,
The quality
yeah,
workmanship that goes into anything, and the minute you throw AI on it, it's like, oh, that's AI.
exactly. And you can tell. And when I did all the kind of accessories like the light boxes and stuff in that music video, like having to sculpt all that stuff and cast all that resin and to wire all the electronics and build all the control systems for it, like that, it it's really in that physical world. We really brought it out to this remote forest, brought a generator out with us,
Wow,
plugged
how
the
cool!
stuff in, and then we got hit by a massive tornado
Oh my
that came
God!
in,
Oh no!
and we had to evacuate the forest because
Oh
it was
shit!
flooding.
Can you
Like,
imagine? Did you guys like have an
yeah,
RV out there, like a place you could hide, or
no, we had a tent.
a tent? Oh my God! Imagine that! Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God!
Well, I don't have to imagine it. I was stuck in it. I just remember we
That's
were
roughing it.
waiting for we were waiting for our photographer Risa Fox to come back with the car to get us,
Yeah, yeah.
because she went out and had to come back into the forest, and I'm standing there with Washer, our drummer, and we're standing under this tent that's falling apart because of the wind and everything, and we're soaked to the core. And he goes, "What happens if she can't get back to us?" And and I looked at him and I said, "Guess we live here now."
Oh my God!
Yep, that was. I gave up right in that moment. I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh shit! That's so
Guess we don't
funny.
have bills to pay.
No bills this month. Oh my God! Figure you guys are glamping it out there or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. With
right.
our tent that had collapsed by that point, with under the weight of the wind and water.
Well, tell me real quick, going back to the band, the guys, when Shawn Washer, the drummer, and when he joined the band in 22, did you guys get heavier? I was reading your bio and it says somewhere in there where you guys kind of got heavier as time went on, like after the pandemic in 2020. Tell me a little bit about that move to become heavier. Was that a change in songwriting, or is that something you've always wanted to do?
I think it's a lot of factors. Our drummer before Shawn was a guy named Taylor Porter,
Okay.
and Taylor Porter is an amazing drummer, still one of our close friends. And he is also a very heavy drummer. But when we picked up Washer, I think I was going through a bit of an existential crisis, I think.
Gotcha.
I was really trying to be one of the cool kids. I was trying to fit in. And, Syracuse and Buffalo and Rochester, our area, it's a lot of hardcore and beatdown bands. There's not much else. It's kind of that's it. That's most of what you find. If you go out to a show any weekend, it's probably going to be a really heavy metal show.
Nice,
And
nice.
so I was really falling for the peer pressure, wanting to fit in, wanting to feel like one of the cool kids. And we did Psilocyborg, and it was much heavier, much more in that direction. And I still wasn't one of the cool kids. So that's actually was a big inspiration behind Mycerium, was us kind of just doing what we wanted to do, not trying to fit anyone else's mold, not trying to fit into what anyone else wanted, but just doing what the music we thought should be done and the way we wanted to do it. And I listened back to a lot of old new metal albums. If you listen to like old Korn and System of a Down and
Right, right.
Deftones and a lot of those bands, and I listened back, especially the first major Stained album, Dysfunction, and you start to hear that new metal has this great balance between chaos and calm. This and life is a great balance between chaos and calm. Hopefully, a
Right.
good balance between chaos and calm. And I started to realize that's more of the direction I wanted to take. It felt more real and more genuine. And so when we all sat down and just went, let's erase everything we've done. Let's forget everything we've done. Let's try not to fit a mold. Let's write how we want to write. And that's how this EP that came out in December, Mycerium, really came to be. And Power was the first single off of that album. So you get a good feel for that balance in it.
So Mycerium is your most recent album.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And it's the first album that we did an instrumental on too.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So Turkey, the first song on there.
I see that. Turkey
is an instrumental. Yep.
Okay. And you have, of course, you have Hunger, which is a fairly new song, right?
Yep. Yep. That is the one when we released the album in December. That was the song that we were releasing as kind of the lead song on.
Gotcha.
And it's actually the last song we recorded on the album too.
Now, is there a video on that song out there?
There's a lyric video.
Gotcha. Because I wanted to
Which, by the way, I animated that lyric video.
That's cool. You did it all yourself?
Yeah, and the portal that's in it is actually a foam sculpture I did and put in the forest and shot it in the forest.
Oh my
and God. Then animated the portal in it.
I'm looking for it on your website. Hunger. Is it one of the first ones? There it is. Well, do you mind if I play it before? And then we're going to be taking some call-ins. Okay, let me announce the call-ins real quick. Hold on. If you guys can see me out there on the screen, the phone number, let me, if I can read it. The phone number to get into the show tonight and call in and talk to John, it's 669-444-9171. Area code 669-444-9171. That's in the USA. And then there's a secret code to get in. And it is 702-927-2226. The secret code is 927-2226, and that's 702-927-2226. So if you can see the screen and you're looking at it, there's the number. And if you're out of the country, scan that QR code that you see right there. That'll give you all the numbers through the United States and all over the world. So scan that code if you got your phone handy, and then you can go ahead and call into the show on that and talk to John. And the first caller in, by the way, wins the coveted Dean Von Music podcast mug with the band on the front. It's a really cool looking mug. In fact, you can see it right there. Did I put it on the screen? Yeah, I did. You see it, John?
There it is. Oh, that's cool.
It is a cool mug.
That's cool.
It comes in 5
That
colors.
is a cool mug.
It comes in 5 colors, black, red, purple, yellow. And when you go on the website, you can actually order by color. And it comes in 11 ounce and 15 ounce. So you can order either one. So
yeah, I need 24 for my coffee.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, 24 ounce. But I'm so glad you can make it in tonight. So when you signed with Curtain Call, did anything change? Popularity, airplay, just everything. And of course, meeting me, of course, through Curtain Call Records. What else changed?
Oh, yeah.
What else changed?
Oh yeah, the airplay has been incredible. We get feedback from people all over the world.
Okay.
Giving us feedback on music, and it's interesting to be out there and meet people. When you travel, that have somehow found your music, and you're like, I have no idea how you found us. We played a show in Rhode Island a couple years ago that. It was a lineup around the block to get into the show. And it's kind of crazy. So you're like, I've never even been to Rhode Island. This is amazing.
That's kind of a little bit of celebrity there. People want to see you play and all over the world, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's cool. And that's exciting. It's exciting. And especially when you hear the feedback from people saying that they relate to the music.
That's very cool.
That's the most amazing part of it is, it really makes you feel like you aren't alone in the stuff you've dealt with because people relate to it.
Right. Your music's different. And do you feel that there's a special following I'm not going to say cult following. I'm going to say like a special out of this world following. People are like Grateful Dead. Remember when they had that, the Deadheads,
Oh yeah.
they had a pretty dedicated following, pretty loyal. Do you see that in your fans, in your audience early on?
I mean, we do definitely have some very dedicated fans. We
Yeah.
we don't see tons of support in our own hometown, which is kind of sad.
Okay.
But that happens, and that's again, you can't always be the cool kids. But
Right.
I think when you say out of this world, I think the better way to say it is otherworldly. Um, we have an otherworldly following. Uh,
Out of this world.
yep.
Well, I'm going to play a video while we're waiting for the call-ins. I'll announce it one more time for the people who can't see the screen. Got a lot of people who driving down the road or they just listen. They don't watch it. So I'm going to announce the phone number one more time. The phone number is 669-444-9171 in the U.S. and 702-927-2226 is the secret code to get in. And it's right there, 702-927-2226. So give a call into the show. It makes it more exciting. You get to ask John some questions I might not ask him. And
Catch me off guard.
catch him off guard. Ask us some really deep questions.
Oh yeah.
And I already asked you how you got started. Were you like, I was a band geek and I played all the instruments when I was in junior high. Were you kind of that person in high school a little bit?
No, I would say what it is honestly, I saw the movie Queen of the Damned, and that scene in For Slept So Long when Lestat is first on stage and all the explosions go off, and I went, I want to do that.
Okay.
That's what it really was. It was that goth teenager.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, let me play a video so people can get a little. Oh, somebody's calling in. We might want to take this call. I
Sure.
can't. Can I see the phone number? Oh, hold on a second. I should put the other screen up too. We got a call into the show right now. And let's go ahead and take that call. Whoever it is, if it is a call, they win the coveted podcast mug. Let's bring them in. Who do we have on the phone?
Hey, it's Bob Johnson.
Hey, Bob, how's it going, man?
Good, Dean. How are you, buddy?
I've been seeing your threads on the Facebook out there driving the truck and doing all the fun stuff, the bike shows.
Yeah, the bike scene is a lot of fun for me. I travel the country and do bike shows and Daytona Sturgis, that kind of thing. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Having a good time with it.
You're on the phone with John Harris. He is the lead singer and of Otherworldly Entity. It took me a while to catch that. Otherworldly Entity. Say that 3 times. Bob, you're on the phone with John. You got a question for him. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, John. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Bob.
I like that song that he played there a minute ago. So, earlier you guys mentioned that you hate AI, right? I get that. Okay. I do. I hear it a lot. So being new to part of this, right? So I managed a band, a couple of them for a while. I got one to open for Easy Riders show, Buck Cherry. They got to open for Buck Cherry. That was one of my big famous things.
Yeah.
I got Arcana Kings, a couple of gigs throughout the country, and they played Ohio Bike Week.
They were on the show
myself,
once, yeah.
Yes, they were on the show. They were, anyway. So I just started dabbling in the music writing, right? So being a non-singer, like I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. I have no rhythm. I'm like the jerk, like Steve Martin. But AI, we use that as my platform as a writer. Like I've been a journalist. I've owned magazines. I've written for magazines. And I have this, this gift of putting words in a way that people can relate to. So I use AI as my platform to get the songs created the way I want them. So I don't know, Dean, I've sent you a couple of them. Our most recent ones, Head to Sturgis and Live to Ride. So for me,
I got them.
It's my avenue to get that song out there, and they came out like I want. But my question for you is, why are you so against it if it gets something out there that the person that's non-musical can, reach an audience?
Well, I think the big reason for me is because of I guess there's two big reasons. One is a lot of people take a lot of years to develop those skills and work those skills. It's kind of taking away that hard work. Well, I think the big reason for me to go into it.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Bob.
Oh, was I just hearing myself again?
Yeah, I was actually playing it on the laptop. I was checking the live feed. You're live everywhere.
I was like, I swear, I just heard myself. For those of us that spend so much time dedicating that time to learning that skill, I can tell you this for sure. I don't have a natural musical ability. I know it sounds like it right now that I do, but I really don't. You can ask my piano teacher from when I was a kid. You can even ask my guitar teacher from when I was a kid. I had no natural musical ability. It was a lot of really, 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 really hard work and dedication to climb over those mountains of skills I lacked. I was never the kid in choir that got a solo, for singing.
Me either.
And I came up at a time where it was all emo voices. Everyone was high pitched voices. So it's one of those things where it was so much work and so much dedication, and it came on the back end of a lot of self-doubt and a lot of having to prove to myself how much I really wanted it. So it's one of those things where I have to say there's a certain amount of earning it that comes with that uphill battle. And of course there are people out there that have a really great natural ability towards it, and that's a whole different thing. I mean, I've watched Zlatko pick up any stringed instrument and somehow he could play it like a virtuoso. But I don't have that ability. So it was something I always had to struggle with and fight against and really work at. And there were so many times over the years that I wanted to quit or wanted to not do it anymore because it just seemed like such an uphill battle constantly.
Yeah.
But even when I quit for short periods of time, I kept the desire to do it outweighed the shame of doing it wrong. And
right. I get that. I get all the musical ability and the years of practice. I get that 100%. But for me, being, the word guy, I have to get my words out there somehow. And it does give me that little bit. And we do work hard at creating the songs that we create. We work very hard at it. I have a partner, and he's the song guy. He's the one that makes it come together, and with the platform. But I'm not mad at you for hating on it, and I'm not disappointed in it. That I use it because we created two really killer songs 48 hours ago, and I've had nothing but positive feedback. I'm 64, and I wrote two songs with my buddy, and people are calling me, they're texting me, they're emailing me, and they're going berserk over the two songs that we've created. And so for me, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, no, we're not, Led Zeppelin, but we enjoy it.
And the other side of this coin is right now, and this is a big thing of, I think this is an issue right now. I think later on, this is going to become less of an issue. But as it stands right now, our AI systems are so inefficient on a technological level. They're so inefficient. They use so much water. They use so much power. They use so much energy. We're already running into problems because of generative AI, and it hasn't even been around that long, to where it's actually causing long-term damage. We need to dedicate some time and effort to actually getting these processes in a more efficient way. And I feel like we got them at this early stage, and we were like, yeah, good enough. And the problem is we need to not think of it that way. We need to push these things to be practical. If we look back at the old Model Fords that were pumping out massive black clouds out of the back, someone had to go, okay, this 5 miles to a gallon oil burning out the back. This is not efficient.
Not
We've
working.
got to fix this. Right. So I'm not necessarily arguing against AI as at least a creative tool in the long run. But for now, I think we need to really, buckle in and go, we can't replace skill with AI, and we can't cause long-term damage for the purpose of AI.
Right.
We need to get this
Right.
fine-tuned and narrowed in before we
Right.
all start
So-
kind of jumping in and making catchy tunes with it.
Right. You talked about your desire and how hard you work for things. Let me tell you something, buddy. In 5th and 6th grade, I carried my snare drum to school on the bus in a garbage bag because my parents couldn't afford it. I worked my way up from last to second seat, and the guy that was first seat is still a killer drummer today. So I feel for you on the hard work and effort and dedication.
Oh yeah,
How cool is that?
oh yeah,
I
especially
didn't know
for
you were
a
a drummer,
marching
Bob.
drummer.
Are you a drummer, Bob? Were you a drummer?
I was a drummer. I used to play. I took piano lessons when I was very young. I played guitar for a while. I had a couple gigs, but no, I don't have the ability, guys. I don't have it. I was a carpenter. I'm a word guy. I started writing years ago. Came out of surgery and ended up writing a little story. I went to a newspaper that got picked up by another paper and ended up being 5 magazines. In 2013, I launched my own magazine. So it's all good, man. I'm the word guy. So you keep strumming,
Yeah.
I'll keep wording, and maybe we'll meet in the middle somewhere.
Absolutely.
Hey, Bob, you were the first caller in tonight. You win that beautiful mug that's on the screen.
Hell yeah, black one.
Can you see it? And you want a black one? I'll make it black, and
Yeah.
I'll customize that one for you. It'll be all black.
Cool. Thanks for
beautiful
talking
mug.
to me.
Absolutely, and make sure I have your address. I think you sent it to me once. And
Yep.
And congratulations on that, by the way. There you
Thanks. Good luck with
I'm
the
honored,
band.
Bob.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Good
Hold
luck
on,
with your
I got
stuff,
it.
too.
Right on.
go. I got a song for you, Bob.
Right now.
Can you hear it?
I hear it.
That's just for you, Bob.
I appreciate you, man.
Let's crank it up. Woohoo! All right, buddy. Hey, stay in touch, will you?
All right, brother. All right. Bye.
Bob Johnson. He's an old friend of the show. I love him. Great guy. And the phone numbers, the phone is still open. There's millions of people hanging on the line right now. So call in. Maybe you'll get in front of them. Call into the show. Talk to John Harris, lead singer. And it was a little bit of a tongue twister when I first started reading your bio. Some of the names I had to actually rehearse it before I did the commercial. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the whole cataclysmic thing.
Yeah, and the name Otherworldly Entity, when we started, we went by John Harris and the Otherworldly Entities.
Okay.
And
Cool.
and I remember Zlatko and I were driving out to New Hampshire for the Scottish games.
Nice.
And a good friend of mine, his band Enter the Haggis was playing out there. And we were like, let's make the drive. Let's head out to New Hampshire and see them play. And the whole way out, we're talking about band name ideas. And I said, well, I was thinking John Harris and the Otherworldly Entities. He's like, that's too much. That's
a long
English
name.
is like English is like my fifth language. That's too much. So but as we go along on the trip, he just keeps mumbling to himself, Otherworldly Entity, Otherworldly Entity. And then by the end of the trip, he's like, I got it. We're good. I like it.
I have OE. I'll call it OE. Otherworldly
OE.
Entity. Yeah, I had a problem saying that. Entity. There you go. It's kind of a tongue twister. And then it's even some of your EPs and albums. One was Psilocyborg.
Psilocyborg.
Was it? How do you pronounce it?
Psilocyborg. Like
Psilocyborg.
psilocybin. Like
Gotcha.
psilocybin.
Okay, got it. And I looked it up. I couldn't find it in the dictionary. I'm like, they must have changed it.
No, we made that word up. We made up Mycerium also.
Psilocyborg.
Cataclysm is the only one we didn't make up.
There you go. I did find that one. I had to double check. I'm like, there's got to be a word out there. I used to watch Star Trek, and there was all kinds of crazy names. And this all stemmed out of a pandemic, COVID-19, in 2020.
Oh, yeah?
2020. You started You came out with Psilocyborg in 22, and then you released, then you got heavier and returned. Now, tell me a little bit about the folk roots of the band. And
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about where that came from.
So Zlatko and I actually met doing like acoustic open mic nights and acoustic shows.
Okay.
And when we started this band, again, we started as John Harris and the Otherworldly Entities. It was in support of a solo album I was releasing. And it's I was doing solo tours as an acoustic musician, and I met Zlatko along the way, and he started opening shows for me and started playing with me, and so we were doing all acoustic stuff at the time when we started this band. And so when we were getting ready to release Cataclysm, the first song we released on there was the acoustic version of Magenta. And the reason we did that is everyone in this area was like, oh, it's these two acoustic folk guys. They're definitely going to have like this acoustic album, you know? So we released the acoustic version of Magenta to kind of throw everyone for a loop, and then released a heavier album, and no one knew what to make of it.
I got
So, but when we started the band, the idea was new metal. We really wanted to do something new metal, alternative, you know, something heavier.
Very cool. I like the music, man. It's heavy. And at the same time, the vocals aren't just screaming, you know, heavy. And there's a message. There's a message to all this. Crystals, worldly entity. You know, if there was another entity, what would it be? Where would it be here on Earth?
Well, see, that's the funny thing is I'm actually a paranormal investigator too.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I'm a paranormal anthropologist. I'm a special guest lecturer at Syracuse University.
No kidding. Jeez.
As a paranormal anthropologist. So there are lots of otherworldly entities out there.
Okay,
I've been studying them for years.
Gotcha. In the universe, it's a big. Well, anyway, what would you call that? The universe, the world outside of our planet.
Existence in general.
Existence in general. Okay, I got you. I'm listening to Hunger. Just listen. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
Yeah, I can hear that.
It's just a good song. A lot going on there. Now, did you record that yourself in your home studio?
We record everything in our studio.
Okay.
But our producer, who's like our secret weapon, he's like our secret fourth band member, is Jeremy Stimper out in Cleveland, Ohio. He's been working with us since day one. He worked with me on my solo album. Absolute genius. And so we send all the stems over to him.
So he's your go-to guy for the mixing and the mastering.
Yup. And he has an objective ear.
Gotcha.
You know, he's not in the studio with us. So he doesn't know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He hears it totally objectively.
Almost
and
sounds
so
like
he'll hear things.
Sounds like a fourth band member. He's part of the
That's
band.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's our secret fourth band member that just kind of tweaks the things a little bit here and there and goes, hey, maybe a four beat rest here instead, you know, and we'll go, oh, that's a great idea. We didn't even think of that.
You know, he's also, that would make him also the producer and arranger of the song.
Yes, absolutely. He is. He's our producer. We always credit him as our producer because that's what he is.
Because he's doing more than just pushing knobs and making you sound
Right.
bitch. And, you know, he's actually in the mix of the arrangement and production of the song.
And he is. And I mean, he'll do something. He'll do like, he'll toss a bass drop in somewhere that never crossed our mind. And as soon as we hear it, we're like, oh my God, why didn't we think of that?
Now, I know you have a robot that plays the bass, but did he do all the bass lines on a real bass guitar, a string bass, or was that all digital and electronic?
No, we did the bass lines.
You did the bass
on
line. Okay.
real bass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Zlatko did some of them. I did some of them.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay.
He's really my main instrument. That's the instrument I like playing the most.
I love the bass.
So
What kind of bass?
anytime I get to.
What kind of bass do you have?
I play a 5-string Ibanez,
Nice.
405 QM BTB.
Very nice. Yep. I love Ibanez. I have one on the wall here.
Well, and you get the frequency sweep on it, so you can really pound away on those low ends.
Bitchin'. That's bitchin'. No, I love the Ibanez. It's easy to play. Very very low action on my Ibanez, and
Oh yeah,
and
I have girly fingers, so I need the low
your
action.
girly fingers. And do you play fast like Eddie Van Halen on that bass, or do you just lay down the beat?
uh, it depends on what I'm playing.
Okay.
If I'm
Yeah.
jamming, there's like my friend's band. I've been kind of learning some bass lines to fill in on their bass, and they have a lot of 16ths on there that I got to do. So sadly, I got
Gotcha.
to use a
Gotcha.
pick because I need my hands. But but in like I did all the bass lines for Tower, and that's more of a grooving bass line, which is what I generally prefer.
Gotcha. 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 I took a peek at your Spotify page today, and I noticed. Let me see here. What it looks like Tower's doing pretty well. And let's see. I was reading your bio when you came out with Mycerium, or is it Mycerium?
Mycerium. Again,
Mycerium.
it's an invented. Yep.
Okay.
Again, it's an invented
Oh
word.
my
So.
God. Here we go. Mycerium. Okay, that's a whole new world. It's a whole new entity
Yep.
for me, which
That's the
features
point.
their latest single, Tower. And then, of course, everyone go to the website. If you can't see it on the screen, or it will be listed at the bottom, but it's otherworldlyentity.com as it's spelled.
Which
Other,
I can't believe wasn't taken. Come on.
yeah, I can't believe it either. You got the whole otherworldlyentity.com. So go check out the
Yeah.
website. They have a great store up there. You can buy merchandise. They've got all kinds of cool stuff. And of course, their music's up there for sale as well.
And by the way, we don't use AI for any of our merch. It's all designed by artists
There you
that
go.
we hire
Somebody
and
actually drew it.
employ. Yes.
You know, someday that's, yeah, I hope it never goes away. You know, the organic aspect of artistry, right? Musicians,
Yeah.
and you know, we're artists as well, and we're creators of all kinds of things. But the fact that you draw out your artistry, your graphics, and put it on the album is pretty cool because, you know, a lot of people aren't doing that. You know,
Yeah.
they're not doing that.
Well, and the cover for Mycerium is a photo I took at the Tower music video shoot.
Oh, okay.
But the cover of Cyborg was Morgan LaFleur. We actually hired her to do the artwork for it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it all depends on what we're looking for.
So tell me about the gig. It's coming up February 20th. Let the audience know.
Yep. February 20th at the Lost Horizon in Syracuse, which is like a legendary venue here. Everyone knows the Lost Horizon in Syracuse. Um, yeah, I'm very excited for this show. As you could probably see if you look at photos of us, we always have different outfits on stage.
Right.
Everything I make from scratch. I have a new outfit I'm unveiling at this show, which is I'm
Nice.
very excited about. Um, and we're playing with our friends in Lovebox, which I'm very excited about.
There's the
And
flyer. There's the
we're
flyer right
playing
there.
with Pro Machina is playing that one too, and Roderick. But Lovebox have been old friends of ours for a while now, so we're really excited to have them in our town with us.
So all you Syracuse, New Yorkers out there, there's a gig on February 20th, and Otherworldly Entity is going to be down there. And are you looking forward to this gig out there? It's going to be a good one.
I'm excited because uh, we get to set up all of our lights at the
Nice.
Lost Horizon.
Very
A
nice.
lot of venues don't let us do that, but we get to at Lost Horizon because we'll run the lights for every band that's there. We'll share. So it means we get to kind of let loose on our light show at this show.
Are you the headliner out there?
No, Roderick is,
Okay,
and then
gotcha.
Lovebox is their tour support.
Gotcha. I
So
see it, yeah.
we're opening for Lovebox, which we're really excited about.
That's cool. A big club?
It's not huge, it's not tiny. It's a good mid-level venue.
Good, good, good. I love
Very
playing out
old
live.
school place.
I love playing
Yeah,
gigs. If you had your choice to be in the recording studio doing recordings or just being out playing live, what's your favorite?
live,
Playing
live, absolutely live.
Yeah, that's right.
It's I think there's a trade-off though. I feel like if I play enough shows back to back, live. If I'm playing like one-off shows here and there, I get too stressed.
Yeah, no, I do too.
You
I
know?
always get the butterflies when I used to play live. I used to play Hollywood
Yeah,
a lot. Get the butterflies.
yeah. You kind of got to numb yourself to it about a bit.
Now, you remind me a little bit reminiscent of like a Queen's Reich. There's like a story there, and you're talking about, like folk stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hear a theme, kind of like Queen's Reich. And lately, I've been following Jeff Tate. He left the band,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't, he's not going back, and they're still Queen's Reich's still on tour. But I mean, do you relate yourself to any particular bands like them? And do you have any influences out there?
I mean, I would say my biggest influences are going to be bands like Cold, Blue October. You know, Cold is a band we've played with a bunch of times. We've been lucky enough to share the stage with Cold. And Scooter Ward has been such an inspiration to me, like both personally and artistically. As far as building like the narrative and the backstory and kind of the folklore behind Otherworldly Entity, I gotta say my biggest influence is Blue Man Group.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Blue Man Group was my father passed away a couple years ago, but
I'm sorry.
we went to Blue Man Group all the time. We went and saw them in Vegas.
Wow.
We saw them on tour multiple times, and it was kind of that mystery and that kind of that oddity to them.
Yeah.
It was such a huge sell. And my dad was like this old school army vet guy. You would never think he would be into like Blue Man Group and stuff. But when the
that threw me
first
for a
time
curve
we
right
saw,
there.
and we went and saw them in Vegas when I was a teenager, and we went and saw Mycerium, and then we went and saw Blue Man Group, and I thought my dad was gonna go insane, like watching these shows, way too out there, way too artistic, and he enjoyed them so much that it started like a multi-decades long. Anytime they're on tour, we're going to see them, both Cirque du Soleil and Blue Man Group. Anything we can, we're going to go see.
That is so cool.
So I think,
and they're out here playing.
They're
out here again in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, yup. I even had a friend who played with Blue Man Group in Vegas for a while. And,
now there's more than one, right? There's more than one.
Yeah.
What is there,
yes,
like
there is.
20 or 30?
The original guys aren't even doing it anymore.
Are you serious?
As far as I know.
Oh my God. That's funny.
But it's definitely one of those things that I took a huge influence from things like Cirque du Soleil and Blue Man Group to kind of develop this otherworldly concept and this narrative and background behind it. And actually, you asked if we have anything coming up. We're actually in March, we're shooting the next music video.
Nice.
And we're putting out a casting call to anybody who's interested in being in it. We're shooting at the legendary Earlville Opera House.
Okay.
And it's a music video for our song off Mycerium called Red Flags. And this one's we're referring to it as the Red Flag Circus.
Okay.
So this is going to be a clown-inspired, old school clown kind of music video. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's cool.
So people can head over to our website and reach out to us. If they go to otherworldlyentity.com/music video, they can let us know they're interested, because we'd love to have a lot of people involved in this one.
That's very cool. Very cool. Now I'm looking at your website. I got some videos up here. Is there another video that you might want to show tonight? I was going to only play a couple, but I figured we got a little time.
Sure. You could pull up Sin. Sin would be a good one to share.
I was going to play that anyway.
Well, that works out.
Red Flag Foreplay. And you have Sin up there. Now I got Foreplay on my cue sheet here. And I have Sin. Yeah, I have Foreplay up there. I like that. Of course, I love Boston. It's not related to that. I thought it might have been a cover. Oh, they do a Boston song.
No, it's not. We only recorded one cover.
That's pretty cool. Let me crank it up real quick and play it for the audience. Just get a little better idea of this band and how great these sound. And here we go. Let me play it. Gotta love it. All right, there you are. We're going to play this live, crank it up. And if it's not loud enough, let us know in the chat. I'll crank it up even more. And of course, we got high fidelity sound going on. So let's play that sucker. Let's go.
My tattoos washing over you. Take a deep breath just to show me the smell of your sweat and your sweet perfume. Remind me of death and you know it. The last time this road was closing in, the blistering sun was still shining. We look at the chance of when we begin, while the stars are all hiding. It's you and me, a poison sense of reality. It's me and you, dying such a mortal thing to do. I speak in rhyme, she speaks in prose. I write my line, she drops her prose. As our hearts beat on the burning horizon, I see no future but for now. She'll be my sin. You're the perfect kind of evil in an innocent package. You're a demonic spectacle, a fire burning chaotic. This blasphemic door we show to you, mysterious angelic findings. No gods can see the things we do, while the stars are all shining. It's you and me, a poison sense of reality. It's me and you, dying such a mortal thing to do. I speak in rhyme, she speaks in prose. I write my line, she drops her prose. As our hearts beat on the burning horizon, I see no future but for now. She'll be my sin. I speak in rhyme, she speaks in prose. I write my line, she drops her prose. As our hearts beat on the burning horizon, I see no future but for now. She'll be my sin.
That was cool, man. It's like mesmerizing. When I listen to your songs, I just kind of like, I'm almost hypnotized. Does that make any sense? Does anyone ever say that?
Yeah, but I like hearing it. It can be repeated.
Well, I'm on a public stage
Uh,
here, so everyone's listening right now.
And I'll tell you that music video was a lot of fun to shoot. That was another one in a really remote forest, bringing generators out, flooding an entire forest with black lights. You know,
Wow,
it's
cool.
not exactly a normal thing to do.
Or easy
and a lot of
crazy thing.
math, a lot of math to figure out how to power that much black light.
Did you guys have like a generator out there, or
We had multiple generators going.
were they
At the
making
same
noise, or
time,
did you have the real quiet ones? You know, the fancy.
Really quiet, honestly. They were pretty
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd have to be. They'd have to be.
I
'Cause
mean, yeah.
Well, no, you're shooting a video, so there's no sound, right? It's like
I mean, yeah, it's not like the audio's used,
Gotcha. Never mind.
but we still need to hear what we're doing.
Right. But it's all visual. I was talking, bands are really getting into the videos are just looking great. I just interviewed Greg Livesay and his video was amazing. And they went to like a haunted mansion and it was raining and he said everything was real. The water was dripping down on their heads and shit. And he said and they just did a really good job. And they're doing a third video. When you get a chance, check them out. It was my last podcast show, like 2 podcasts ago. Or 2 interviews, and Greg Livesay, and that video you just shot was really good too, as well. So I hope this next one is going to knock it out of the park with the clowns and stuff.
I think it's going to. We had people going, you guys do too much in the forest. You got to do something indoors. And I'm like, okay, how about an 1800s opera house?
There you go. That'd be cool, man. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Your imagination can go anywhere you want. You can do whatever you want. And that's why I like bands that go outside the circle or outside the box, whatever you want to call it. And they're not just following the mainstream, And that was kind of like when I was in the 80s, everyone was doing the same thing, And then alternative rock and punk and all this other genres came about. And then you've taken it even one step further. I think you jumped out of the entire genre box and created like a new genre. I don't know. It's to me, it's new. It's brand, and that's why you called it new metal, right? New metal.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it's I think for us, we all have kind of these weird cultural backgrounds,
right? Right.
And it's combining all of these different influences and these different cultures and stuff together is really what kind of gives us a weird sound to what we do. And that's why we enjoy writing together so much.
It's so cool.
It's just such a fun process, and we never know what direction it's going to take. Like I said, Mycerium, Turkey, the first track is an instrumental. I remember Zlatko bringing it to us in the studio and going, "Where do you think the lyrics are going to fall in this?" And I said, "Honestly, man, I don't think they do." And he went, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I think this is an instrumental. I don't hear lyrics to this. Let's just play it."
Sometimes you just have to start a project and then just go with the flow on how you feel.
Yep.
You really can't sit down and write an entire song and think it's going to turn out like that.
Right.
When you're playing with other.
And you can't just have like a formulaic approach to it.
Right.
It's every song is its own situation.
Exactly.
It's kind of the end justifies the means. I think there's one song, 2 songs in our entire career where I have solos. And that's Magenta on Cataclysm and Turkey on Mycerium. Other than that, I have no solos. But it's not because Zlatko goes, you can't have solos.
You're talking about guitar solos? Guitar solos? Or
right, yeah, guitar solos.
Yeah.
And it's not because Zlatko says, no, you can't have them. That's my job. It's because normally he falls into the solo.
Okay.
And I fall into the rhythm, and that's it. And that's just the way it goes. But those are cases where we just naturally went a different way, and that was okay too. So whatever produces the best result.
No, I agree 100% with what you just said. I had somebody, a songwriter came up to me and said, well, you have to have the intro has to be 4 bars or 8 bars. And then you do a verse and then a bridge and a chorus and blah, blah, blah. And he had all this structure already figured out in his head. And I said, well, there's times when I don't feel like it needs a verse right away. Maybe I just want to go right into the chorus and just give the people the meat, right away. Or maybe I just want an instrumental for a while, like Stairway to Heaven, where they just play music for a long time and then they finally get in. That's old school music songwriting. But you can go anywhere you want to go as an artist because you're a creator. You don't have to follow a map or a manual or a process.
Exactly. We have a song called Breakdown that doesn't have a breakdown. Like
that makes sense. It does. Doesn't have a breakdown. It's called Breakdown.
Called Breakdown.
That's funny. You seem like a fun guy. Do you guys have a lot of fun as a band together when you guys are on stage?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. We always have a blast. And even if something goes wrong, we just have fun and play with it. That's
Yeah.
it. We
Yeah.
really want to enjoy what we're doing,
Yeah.
and especially when the crowd gets into it. Oh my God, it's so much more fun when the audience is involved and really going for it.
Yeah. And I sometimes I ask bands, and not to change the subject, if you could be on stage with any rock star or any band or artist, who would it be? If you could be on stage with
Oh
them
wow,
playing live,
that's a brutal question.
and it could be somebody that we've never heard of.
Huh.
I know I threw you off guard there.
Yeah, that's actually a really hard question, but I really think if I'm giving the totally honest answer, it's it's my bandmates. I don't think
Nice.
there's
Okay.
anyone else in this world I would have as much fun with.
That's a big compliment.
You know,
That means you're in the right place.
I don't think I think in the times where I have a difficult time, they make me feel stronger.
That's
And in the
awesome.
times where they have a difficult time, I make them feel stronger.
You guys
I
are like
can't
family.
imagine ever getting on a stage with somebody and not knowing I have these guys behind me.
That is very cool. Very, very cool.
So,
and I'm sure they're going to be glad to hear that when they listen to this.
yeah. Right. And this is the first time I've ever had to answer that question, but that's the honest answer.
I had 100 more, but I only picked that one. And I know we're going to now. There's a couple songs we didn't play. Grief, A Letter to God.
Yeah.
And God is a big deal right now. A lot of people are, looking for a savior right now with everything that's going on in the world. And but tell me a little bit about that song. It's called Grief, and it says a letter to God. I thought it was kind of interesting. Go ahead.
So that song, a couple of years ago, like I said, my father passed away.
Right.
And Shawn and Zlako came to his wake and his funeral. And after the funeral, we were supposed to have band practice, but obviously I wasn't going to be there, dealing with the family and dealing with everything going on. They still had band practice, and they wrote the instrumental to Grief.
Wow.
And the next band practice came around, and they said, we wrote this last time. And I said, you wrote it after the funeral. I think there's only one song this can be. And so the idea behind the song came down to having a conversation with God about losing somebody so important to you.
Very cool.
And not just losing somebody, but watching them suffer before they pass.
Very profound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the chorus in that is, how dare you take away the ones I love.
Let me listen to
that.
Hold on. I just want to listen to it. Can you hear it?
Yep.
I've forgiven everything that's been done to me, it seems. But I don't know if I have it in me. How dare you take away the ones I love? I'm falling down into a pit of grief. The hell will you set me? The hell will you set me? The hell will you set me? Watching slowly as you fade away, forgetting me and our shared name, breaking heart and soul, all the same. How dare you take away the ones I love? I'm falling down into a pit of grief. reject me.
Is that the new drummer?
Yeah. I think the first song he ever wrote with us was Sin.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does a hell of a
So
job on
it's-
that, man. The double kick is just wailing back there.
Dude, he is so good. And what I find the best about him is he's such a great metal drummer. We wrote Psilocyborg with him, and then we turned around and went, okay, let's do an acoustic album.
Nice.
And he took the challenge on. It wasn't, no, I'm a metal drummer, I can't do that. It was okay, I guess I got to learn something.
Are you guys all about the same? Is Shawn about the same age as you guys? Shawn? The
Yeah,
drummer?
we're all around the same age.
Around the same age. And
Yeah.
has he been playing drums a long time since he was a kid?
I don't think as long as like Zlatko and I have been playing, but a pretty
Okay.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know him very well? Did you know him before you got him in the band, or was he an audition?
Honestly, no. He was dating our one of our crew members at the time.
Okay.
And that's how we met him. Was he was playing in two other metal bands at the time,
Oh, okay.
and we were losing Taylor Porter. He was moving on to his main band. We were kind of a side project for him.
Gotcha.
And so we were looking for a drummer, and our crew member, Allison Harrington, she said, "Oh, my boyfriend's a drummer. Maybe you give him a chance." And so we met up with him at a show, actually Taylor's last show with us.
Nice.
We met him and we talked to him and we brought him out to practice and see how he went. And right away we all clicked.
You knew right away.
I feel like
Yeah.
I've known him forever.
That's awesome. You guys are like brothers. Well, he's been in the band a while now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many years? What you've been around?
2022. So
Yeah,
4 years, going on 4 years.
That's a long time, man, to stay together like brothers, you know. It's tough.
Yeah.
And I really admire bands like Aerosmith, Heart, Led Zeppelin, and the Beatles, who've stayed together for so many years and never strayed. I'm sure they had hard times, but it's like your family, your brother and your sister. And
I think it's important to understand you don't always have to like each other. You just have to love each other.
Right. Right.
Just like family. It's sometimes you're not going to get along. Sometimes you're not going to be thrilled.
Absolutely.
But you work through it because you have common goals and you care about each other.
Yeah, just like family. And I like that comment. You don't have to like them, but you got to love them. And it makes a lot of sense, because that goes a long ways, through thick and thin, and with the hard times, and we all have them, and we're going to head towards wrapping up here. Is there anything you want to say to your audience? You got the gigs coming up and some material and the website. Go ahead.
Make sure if you're interested in being in the music video, let us know. Again, otherworldlyentity.com/music video. Let us know that, because we'd love to have more people come out and be clowns in a really old opera house.
That sounds like fun. Maybe I'll come out.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. Apps, you are more than welcome.
I'd love to be a clown for a night and be in the video. That would be so much fun. But everyone, go down and check out the website, worldlyentity.com. What did I say? Yeah.
Otherworldly Entity.
Otherworldlyentity.com. And it will be listed on the bottom of the podcast. So when you're watching it, you can click on a link. I'll have chapters in there so you can go to your favorite part of the podcast or interview with John. And it's been great talking to you, man. And the music's
been a lot of fun, man.
Oh,
every time it's just me coming on, everyone's like, "Oh no, it's just the singer." But I promise, I am plenty entertaining.
You are.
If there was the three of us, it would have to be a 3-hour show.
And I've had 3-hour shows, trust me. But what time is it out there right now, John? It's got to be.
I actually have no idea.
No,
10:30.
Are you 3 hours ahead of me?
Yep, 10:30.
Yeah. But I want to thank you for making the trip and staying up late with me and all that.
Absolutely.
And you've been a great guest. And I hope to see you again. And you always have an open door. So when things get really rolling, come back on the show. Okay?
I will. I'll reach out.
All right. Make sure you do.
All right.
I'm going to play a little video on the way out. It's one of your songs, so you might recognize it.
Maybe.
And you can stay online to the very end with me, and then when the song's done, maybe I'll chat with you real quick. So here we go.
Sure.
Let's play it.